Yo, that camera's a little crooked. Let me fix that. Just a little bit. Just a little. Actually, let me go this way.
I feel like I have a crooked face. Always thought that. Like my nose maybe is a little crooked.
What's it from? I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
I am not a crook.
What is that in?
Isn't that the President Nixon? But wasn't it a
Oh,
movie?
yeah, it's fucking Nixon,
But wasn't
of
it?
course.
No, but there's a
It's fucking
movie. But there's
Nixon.
a movie where they're making fun of it, but it's not like about Nixon. It's like a gag or something.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a crook. Like, he's... Ugh.
Is it Point Break?
No!
It's Point Break when they're robbing the bank with the president masks. And he runs out after they robbed it. It's Point Break 100%. It might be in another movie. Because it's a pretty quotable moment in time.
So maybe someone's making fun of Point Break in the movie I'm thinking of. Oh, shit. We're in the meta here. All right. Hello. How we sound? We look all right? Nothing cropped off yet? Let me go to the main shot here. Yeah, our heads are cropped off a little bit. Let me fix that.
Crop that shit.
But I'm going to fix this because we always have...
Yeah, you don't need our...
Yeah, because... why is there not more headroom? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we won't cut off as much of the showcase. Yeah. All right. We're good. We don't need to see that anymore.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a
Max headroom.
Dude, the max headroom, like, intercepting...
Max headroom.
That has got to be one of the best pranks of all time, dude. Disturbing. When they, like, hijacked the feed, you know? The max headroom style. Dude. 2 times? Shit is creep. Never found them. Look it up, Chad, if you haven't seen it. Max headroom, like, hostile broadcast or something, dude. It's crazy.
That was the first one ever, right?
What?
That instance? Or when was it?
First instance of what? Like hijacking a live feed? Maybe,
like
yeah.
The high profile, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's crazy.
I think so. Well, welcome to December 2022 Community Showcase featuring Michael Huber.
Sup.
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 Sup. If you are a $10 and up patron, patreon.com/easyallies, you get to submit us your cool community works. Wants to give us some text, some images, some audio, some videos, you name it. Pretty much anything is fair game, almost anything. And we cover it on this show once a month. And we have a guest ally each month. So thank you to everyone with your submissions. The Patreon post that has a link to all these submissions will be unlocked at 4 p.m., which is 2 hours after this was supposed to have started, which is roughly enough time. So if you're just a public person or below the $10 tier, 4 o'clock, you can come back and check out all these in case you missed it, or check out the VOD with the cool thumbnail with someone's art. Whose will it be this month?
Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? Who does Blood think? No, I'm kidding. I actually send it to Blood. Blood just does what I say in this instance. Yeah.
Blood's just a mercenary.
All right, we got some text submissions. We got... It sounded like I said text submissions. We got some artwork and some photos. We got an audio submission. Probably can guess from who. And we got a few videos at the end. So we're going to start, as usual, with the text. And first up, none other than RF Switch.
Nice.
Which she instructed me to read this one. And we alternate, and I usually do go first, so it kind of worked out.
Sweet.
Perfect workout there. Greetings, Mike and Mike. Huber. Please look right into the camera. Are you okay doing that? Okay. Just want to make sure. Because I want to look you dead in the eyes as we talk about my favorite anime of all time, Naruto. Yeah, we're doing this. At first, I didn't like it. The dubbing back then was kind of bad when I watched it on Toonami. And it felt like a weak story at first. I didn't really have the internet to look into subs when it first aired. So, the Zabuza arc, to me, didn't really hit initially. So, it remained background noise whenever I went over to my grandmother's to watch my nephew or help out grandma switch. How about Grandma Switch?
How about Grandma Switch?
Grandma Switch?
Who's Grandma Switch?
If you're okay answering that, Grandma Switch.
Grandma Switch sounds hype.
That is until the tuning arcs happened. And we got the only thing that could truly pull me into a series, which is schmaltzy romance. How dare Kishimoto make a character like Hinata, put her right next to Naruto, and expect me not to fall in love immediately? Oh, if I am RF Switch, my grandma.
Nice.
We're not smart.
That rules. That rules.
Then eventually we got proper cable and internet at our house, and I dove in with the fan subs on YouTube back in 2007, mind you. Man, this series, like people say, the filler sucks, but honestly, it's really well written, and some of the stories were either damn funny, Unmasking Kakashi, great one, or amazingly emotional, the Three Tails arc, baby.
Sick.
Then I started watching Shippuden. I even started reading the manga from my local library because it was taking so long to see episodes.
Yeah.
The Pain Invasion arc, the war, the search for Gaara, Itachi, Jiraiya, meeting his dad, his mom. Shit, I need a tissue, hold on. Needless to say, I know I'll get a lot of flack for saying this considering how much I loathe Final Fantasy X's writing. But Naruto is incredibly well written. Okay?
It is.
Granted, it has a lot of flaws, especially the real villain fake-outs, and that Kishimoto could have put some extra effort into learning how to write love and romance. But
He agrees. Kishimoto agrees.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like the series is deep, detailed, filled with amazing characters and intense character arcs. Huber, if we ever meet in person, we have to talk about this series.
Oh, 100%.
I need someone who can keep up with me and understand my feelings.
100%.
And you seem to be the only one who can.
And Brad. Brad loves it.
Also, it might have some of the greatest fights in all of anime.
Hell yeah.
Rock Lee versus Gaara.
Hell yeah.
Gaara versus Deidara. Jiraiya versus Pain. And of course, that last fight.
Dude, Jiraiya versus Pain. Shout out.
Good lord, nothing like saying screw the ninja stuff. I just want to beat a man's face into the ground. Sometimes I rewatch that fight just to soak it in.
Sick.
Anyways, running out of words. Huber, say whatever about Naruto and have a good day. Love and respect. RF Switch. P.S. Speaking of ninja, the tarot card that represents Eric Jackson is the King of Swords, a card representing structure and self-discipline, which isn't surprising since he has 30 different talents and can juggle like a circus performer. He's the real ninja of EZA.
Sick.
Yo.
Actually got back into Boruto
Okay.
2 nights ago. Started watching it. I'm on episode like 230 something.
All right, moving along.
Dude. Lot of filler in Boruto, which is fine. I actually, for Boruto, because it's like less stakes than Naruto, you know, in terms of like my emotional investment, you know, it's just like this little bonus thing that I get to watch to be in that world. So the filler is really good. Dude, on the episode the other night, terrorist attack. Multiple innocent people dead. Like, dude, the fillers in Boruto go fucking hard.
Oh, man.
Dude, and the entire thing, this, like, there's a terrorist attack and all these people die and it was all a diversion for a prison break. Dude, I was just like, yes, this shit rules.
Oh, wow. Very intense. Thank you for all those subs.
Yeah. RF, glad you love Naruto. Glad you went back. You know, sometimes I always talk about going back to things. Sometimes, like, going back to something you love or didn't love can just make you love it even more. Even if you loved it, you might love it more. If you didn't like it, you know, you see it from a new light. Love that.
I've been waiting for the equivalent of Dragon Ball Kai for Naruto.
Yeah.
I want Naruto Kai, basically.
I will say my argument real quick with Naruto Part 1 filler is it's not a big deal at all because they pretty much play the entire show canon then all of the filler is at the very end of the show, and then there's like one extra canon episode.
Yeah, they
not a
buy
big
some
deal.
time.
Shippuden is the worst case of anime filler, I think, in the history of anime.
No,
I truly believe.
There's one that is worse. It's called Bleach.
I was just gonna say Bleach.
Bleach has the worst filler. Bleach has
Shippuden is right there.
Like,
it's right
I'll give
there.
them that. They try to put effort, but it's just meaningless. And Bleach, the intensity and hype about Bleach was all about the canon stuff.
Yeah.
And Bleach, I think specifically, is a series that falls victim to shonen.
Oh.
It was. I don't think it was meant to be like it was. Would have been better if it was shorter and more concise.
Yeah.
Dragging it out was not for good for it.
Damn.
And some of those fillers, you're just like, cool story. It's like it's side story, but like, no, I want to see what's going on next, man. You left me on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Want to do Brandon K. Gann next?
Let's do it. I still have post-game cleanup for Ragnarok. Need to play Evil West. Yeah, me too. And watch Callisto Protocol before finalizing my GOTY list. I actually kind of wanted to just like... I've like never really done this. I just want to like send Bloodworth, even though he like would have no idea, just a finished Evil West review.
Wait, okay.
Just like, here you go, Blood.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Blood.
Christmas, Blood.
Here's some more work.
Yeah. It came out at such a bad time. It's got to be one of the best 7s of the year, and like no one's talking about.
Is this the one that like has like melee and like
shooting? It's like Devil May Cry.
Is this the one that like Maximilian dude went to? Did you see? He got mad at Callisto Protocol and then went right to Evil West.
He might have.
His chat, was that what it was?
He might have.
Speaking of Callisto Protocol, I saw a thing real quick about funny mispronunciations.
Yeah.
And people are like, please stop calling
Calypso.
it the Castilian or Castillo.
Castillo Protocol.
I was like, Castillo. I was
Castillo
like, the Castle Protocol.
Before finalizing my go list, and as my yearly tradition, my most anticipated games from least to most. Granted, the Game Awards are a week away as I write, so something probably got announced that should be here. Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga is last because the first Hellblade didn't hook me like I hoped. But I've made a commitment.
There you go.
To continue Senua's journey. Okay. All right, Brandon. Spider-Man 2 is next because I played both 2018 and Miles Morales this year for the first time.
Oh, nice.
And since I don't have a pre-existing attachment for Spider-Man, the former is meh for me.
Oh, here we go.
One of the greatest video games of all time is meh.
Here we go, Hubert. This is how I feel.
Miles Morales cut a lot of the fat. Yeah, there's no real fat in 2018 except for like stopping those cars, I guess. Like stopping those crimes in progress, sure, but it's not that much.
Ooh, their last part of this, though.
Much better job getting me to care quicker, but glitches killed the experience in the final 20-30 minutes. That's unfortunate.
I had an audio bug, but nothing like... I know people had some bugs with
However, I'm a lifelong Insomniac fan and like Hellblade, I've pledged to finish out the series.
Nice.
Wrath Aeon of Ruin is a retro FPS, and after the delight of Proteus... Yeah, Proteus is sick. More on that next month. I can't wait to play another old-school style shooter. Proteus kind of dragged on for me. I wish it was like 2 hours shorter.
How long is it total?
Only like 8 hours, but it says and does everything it needs to do in the first 4 hours, and then the next 4 hours are just like more of that. So I'm just like where are we? The next Mass Effect, yo! I gotta fucking play and finish Andromeda, dude. I've never done it. I gotta do it. I gotta be ready for the next Mass Effect.
Do we need to really play Andromeda though?
100%. It's in universe. And it's nice if we are going back to Shepard, it's nice to step off Shepard's route for a sec. Learn about the universe, learn what's going on away from Shepard, and then come back to the main crew. It's all about context. I'm looking for years, considering BioWare hasn't shown the new Dragon Age gameplay, but I want to see what's next post Andromeda.
I'm interested.
I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty expansion. Hell yeah. While the third act ended my roughly 120-hour time in Night City on a dour note, I'm curious how this fits in. Replaced looks incredible, yeah, dude, with 3D pixelated art and cyberpunk aesthetic. But the war in Ukraine has this on permanent hold, yeah, dude, yeah. Ghost Runner 2 only has concept art, but with the exception of 2 segments, I enjoyed the first one greatly. I'm excited to see what's next for the cyberpunk parkour. I'm a big Arcane fan, and while Deathloop's look and premise wasn't for me, Redfall is more my jam, and the cast with their powers looks intriguing. Final Fantasy 16 is another mainline single-player entry in my favorite game franchise with kaiju-sized icon fights. Sold. KOTOR remake might be dead, but the original is my favorite Star Wars game, and if reports of it switching developers is true, to quote Jim Carrey, so you're saying there's a chance. Speaking of Star Wars, I'm pumped for Jedi Survivor. Fallen Order was the first great single-player story-focused Star Wars game in a while. I'm looking forward to a third playthrough leading into launch. Shocked Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced in April, but it won't release for years. Yeah, me too. Plus, Square has big stuff coming. Forspoken, the aforementioned 16, and more. Speaking of which, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis and Rebirth top my list. Granted, the closed beta for the former was supposed to be 2022, and I'm still waiting. Yes. Yet it's another possibility for a remake I'm fascinated by, but Rebirth is the main event. And after how much I loved Remake, Intermission, and the chats with Maximilian, dude, there's nothing I'm more hyped for.
Yo.
Sick. Crisis Core. Get in there. Sick. I like your list. Woo. I'm playing Andromeda, dude. I'm doing it. It's a lot better now, they say, too.
Alright, Huber.
Yeah. Guaranteed I'm going to be swimming, and I'm going to be happy about it. 100%. I'm going to be swimming in the Andromeda space.
Swimming in the Sea of Stars.
Yeah, I'm going to be swimming.
Sevens.
It's the classic video game retrospective look when a big game is just met with like, meh. And then people go back to it years later and are just like, it's actually good! Andromeda's actually good! Like, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Does that ever happen?
All the time!
No, let me finish. Do you ever think that it happens because people were waiting for something better to happen and like things just got worse?
Yeah.
So they go back, they're like, oh, this is better. Like, things got so bad, this actually looks better now.
Totally.
Like, it's a retroactive thing. It, like, at the time, though, it actually wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think that
Resident Evil 5, dude, I think has been like... when it came out, it was like praised. And nowadays, though, it's like widely.
For me, I've always... How I felt about RE5 when it came out, it's how I still feel about it now. Like, but, like, I'm positive on it. Like, I get the complaints, but it's like... I have too much problem with Sheva. I got single player. I got used to how to... Like, don't give her stuff you don't want her to have. And, like, worked out that way. And co-op, man. Like, I just played it so much co-op.
Co-op.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next submission comes from Maddie, Unexpected Enemy. Howdy, allies. Hope everyone is having a nice holiday season. I'm back with another blog post, and this time I'm here to report on one of 2022's biggest failures. Platinum Games is Babylon's Fall.
Is this offline yet, this game?
Oh, yeah, it's being destroyed soon, right? Like, online's being nuked?
Maybe they'll tell us.
All right. Platinum Games has had their hits and misses over the years, and despite their troubles as of late, their games continue to speak to me for a variety of reasons. They've been carrying a particular torch from their former Capcom Clover Studio days, and it's a flame that I can't quite put out. I mistakenly bought Babylon's Fall at launch, but shelved it at the time due to a busy work season and other big releases.
No doubt.
I didn't really have the time for, such as Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West, for example. On November 6th, 2022, however, I decided to start Babylon's Fall against my better judgment. February 28th, 2023 is the shut-off date. If you're not aware, Platinum Games is shutting the servers down for Babylon's Fall at the end of February next year. The game launched in February of 2022, so it will have only survived for about a year, which is sadly becoming more common for live service games. Unlike what developer Brownies Inc. did for their mobile release of Eglia, Legend of the Red Cap, Platinum Games has no plans to update the game so it's playable offline.
Harsh.
Once, isn't like Fuser also doing this too? Like you can still play it offline. That music, Harmonix's like mixed game. They're doing that too, right?
No idea.
Once the servers are gone, so is my character and all of the pointless progress I've made up to this point.
Harsh.
Call it morbid curiosity or playing for posterity, but I'm mentally committed to at least playing through the main story campaign at the start of this failed endeavor.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
here to report, however, that I've not only finished all the story campaigns, but I've also obtained the Platinum Trophy as of November 30th, 2022.
Whoa.
Alright, so what is Babylon's Fall? It's an action RPG with just enough character action DNA, like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, to keep me engaged. It reminds me of these types of action RPGs, dungeon crawlers we used to get back on the PSP Vita and PS3. Games like Rengoku, The Tower of Purgatory, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, or even Trinity Souls of Zil-Ol, sorry. If you're familiar with Destiny, however, you'll feel right at home here. It's got color-coded loot, a free and premium battle pass with in-game currency, which you can no longer purchase, and even daily, weekly bounties. I played the entire game solo and was sort of a drag. Most enemies, and especially bosses, are damage sponges, and I have no idea if the game scales up or down depending on how many people you have in your party.
That's hilarious.
If you're properly leveled geared, the game is also very easy as each mission provides the player with healing items and self-revives. To my surprise, there are still people playing the game. 2. Unfortunately, very few players accepted my friend requests, so perhaps they were just a figment of my imagination. Or maybe
Great effort.
Maybe they were bots.
Great effort, though.
I dropped Destiny 2 for Babylon's Fall in November as my MMO game.
Probably a good time to drop Destiny 2, though.
Since embarking on this quest was sort of a self-imposed emergency playthrough. Now that I've seen most of what the game has to offer and what the post-game grind requires, I don't hate it. Babylon's Fall provides a comforting, mindless experience that accompanies my weekly podcast, YouTube videos, and streams like Easy Allies, and a part of me is going to feel a bit sad to see it go. I might stream and share my final thoughts during the game's last day of service, just so I have some intangible record that I was there for whatever this was, outside of a Platinum Trophy for my PSN profile. But why did it have to come to this? Platinum Games insist on making more online live service games, but how many more times must they fail before they realize that perhaps it just wasn't meant to be?
There's so much money on the table there. They're trying to hit that. They're trying to mine that vein.
Like Reverse.
Like all of them. You know, you throw up not minimum budget, but less budget than a traditional game. And once it's done, you can just keep the meter running. You know, everybody wants a For Honor. Mm. Everybody wants a Destiny. Everybody wants a fucking Fortnite, obviously. But like,
that
you know,
constant cash flow.
Yep.
Constant revenue stream.
Yep. You just see all these studios trying to do it. Like,
yeah.
Hopefully, Last of Us multiplayer doesn't hit some of these pitfalls, you know. In Naughty Dog, I trust, of course, but like, you know, even going back, it's a different era now, but like, even going back to the old multiplayers, it's like there's some weird pay-to-win shit in there. Like,
Man,
look out here.
It's hard to do it right.
Yeah.
And even when you start out the gates strong, sometimes it's hard to keep the momentum. Like in Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
Yeah. I will say a prediction. I think the last day of service might be the highest stream viewership.
Yeah. 100%.
For Babylon's Fall, because a lot of people just jump in like one last hurrah.
Do you think it'll break 1,000 players on the last day? Concurrent. Do you think 1,000 people will be playing?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Our next submission from Bruno Source. Huber.
Hello, Mike. First off, go Jets. After that, fuck, dude. I've lost like 3 in a row fantasy. Dude, I was in second place all season, and I've dropped 3 in a row, and now I'm like 6th. And I lost last night by like 4 points because I didn't swap out Sutton. Sutton was fucking injured. I left point. I could have won, dude. Oh. Go Jets after that crazy win against Buffalo, am I right? This is being written before the Game Awards and before the Jets probably lose to the Buffalo Bills, but hope is eternal. If the Jets are 7-6, at least they have a winning record and still have hope of making the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. That's all that matters, really. God of War Ragnarok winning Family Game of the Year too. Crazy. The 12th is my 29th birthday, and it definitely feels weird being almost 30. Is today the 12th?
No, today is the 13th.
Happy birthday! Yesterday. Don't know how to comprehend all of that, except to keep killing creatures with an ice-based axe in Ragnarok. Really love that game, and a lot of the emotions of it are too grand after 2/3 of the way through the main story. Can't wait to watch spoiler mode after I finish it. Maybe I will be done with it by the time this is being read aloud. And Square Enix did give me a pretty grand present with Crisis Core. Can't wait to play that for the first time. I was hoping to beat the original Final Fantasy VII before it, but that's not happening. Hope that's not tainting any experience of it I'll have. Damiani and Huber, is this okay to play after loving Remake? So wait, they have not finished Remake 7? Or they have finished Remake 7? Have they finished Remake 7? I'm confused.
I was hoping to beat the original FF7 before.
Original, but they finished Remake. Oh yeah, jump into Crisis Core, you're fine 100%. 100%. Dive in.
Perfect time.
No
Perfect
question
time.
about it.
Play it sooner than later.
Yeah, no question. No question.
You're gonna get
If you played intermission as well, though, make sure you play intermission.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Play
skip intermission.
Yeah, play intermission. But you gotta get through this stuff soon because those Rebirth trailers can start hitting, and there are gonna be some spoilers in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, though, I've been chugging along with trying to finish the Castlevania DS game.
The DS.
And Portrait of Ruin is the second to play for me. You've been all over these Castlevania
I did
handhelds.
the GBA ones.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk on Frame Trap next week.
Sick.
Prepare yourselves.
Really enjoying it a lot. When I was being sucked into Pokemon, or when I wasn't being sucked into Pokemon or Ragnarok. 2022 has been pretty mentally taxing on me. I've gotten better through it, but the allies in chat have helped me there and make me laugh out loud a lot. For that, I am forever grateful. So bless your souls, and I hope the Christmas break will give you all some much-needed relaxation when you can. Keep up the grand work and streams. If I remember to submit a post for next month, I hope you are ready for the mountain of my backlog and listing out the goals for it in 2023. As always, go Jets, and love and respect to you all. Sick. Sick.
I like a Castlevania DS collection since I haven't played any of the DS ones either.
Nice.
That'd be nice if they do that next.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever finished any of the handheld Castlevanias.
Our next submission comes from James Davey. Hey, Ebert and Damiani. Somehow it's December already, meaning another swath of video games has seen another year pass by. Mostly, though, people want to either choose Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok for GOTY. Personally, if they're the best this year has to offer, games are setting the bar quite low.
What?
Not that either of them aren't high-quality experiences, but they are indicative of games that follow trends without daring to innovate or make a stand for something greater. Not all games have to innovate to be great, but when you have too many franchises blurring together, is there really a true game that defines any year, rather than a game defining aspects of other games that came out in previous years? I'm willing to predict unequivocally that EZA will give Elden Ring their GOTY. It's axiomatic.
What is that word? I'm looking it up. You're too smart for me.
What do you think it means?
Given.
They've been talking about like predictable.
Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was about to say anticlimactic, but I read it too fast. It's like, oh yeah, axiomatic.
Self-evident or unquestionable.
Yeah. Ragnarok was pretty epic, though. I am impressed with it, and oddly, it is my GOTY front. So that's their GOTY front runner, and they just.
But they're talking shit. I'm confused. I'm super confused.
I think we got baited, Hubert.
Yeah, I think we got baited.
I think that was a bait. This first paragraph was a joke.
Yeah. I think we got baited.
We got baited. But I think video games can be such grander than Ragnarok if they stop giving us ideas we're already accustomed to just because they sell.
That is so hard, though, to make a brand new game. So many games are based on the past. It is so rare to play a 100% new and innovative and unique game. And if that's all you're looking for, You're not going to be playing that much or loving that much each year. I will say that.
There's a cliche I'm getting quite tired of pertaining to the protagonist and or AI companions complaining about yet another wave of enemies to eviscerate. I feel like if a game's protagonist and or their allies are fed up fighting enemies over and over again, developers should change things up to stave off this sense of eye-rolling grind. Ragnarok and A Plague Tale Requiem commit this sin by throwing the same kind of resistances at you over and over again. Requiem has the rats, and Ragnarok has various types of enemies that trip up the pacing when you just wish it'd give you some respite. Why do they have to throw these encounters at you over and over again? And does this sort of thing bother either of you?
I mean, you could definitely gotta have enemy variety, which Ragnarok does, thankfully, in spades. So, but when you're fighting the same enemy over and over, it really gets me.
I agree. I'll level with you guys. The following might be one of the toughest video game related questions I've ever asked, and maybe you've answered it before. But is 2018's God of War or The Last of Us superior in the sense of their impact on the video game industry? And which do you prefer personally? Oof, this is the Huber question.
I think Last of Us has had more impact. It was also in 2013 versus 2018.
Oh no, it's 2018's God of War or the last. They're just clarifying God of War 2018. They weren't
God of War 2018 versus The Last of Us?
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah. Sorry, they weren't insinuating that they're in both for 2018.
I think The Last of Us has more impact because it's like that narrative type of game that is so prevalent and so popular and so just I think Last of Us.
In other mini diatribes, I don't get the praise gamers have been heaping towards Need for Speed Unbound. The art style looks like what happens when a teenager vomits their art project all over the place. The police are a constant source of harassment.
Yes, good. Ram those fuckers.
And the Unbound namesake is a misnomer because there are invisible walls and checkpoint races
huge map
that bind and funnel you to a pathway towards the
It's not Flight Simulator! Dude, the map is fucking huge! What?
I'd love to see a humor syndrome dedicated to your music taste. I think it'd be a nice change from the episodes regarding games, films, and TV shows.
I had a good tweet today, but I couldn't word it right. Don't steal it.
Okay.
I don't know how to word it, but I feel like it's good, and it's music related.
Okay.
Before we could freely talk about mental health, we listened to pop punk. Think about that.
Okay, chat, please wordsmith that and come up with a good tweet. That'll get Huber lots of likes and it won't get ratioed. There you go. I'm still waiting patiently for Prison of Love Season 2. Come on, Huber. You got it in you. I hope the two of you have a wonderful Christmas and a new year. Thanks for all that you do. Love and respect.
That was an odyssey. of a community.
That went places.
That went places. Some ups and downs there.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. I get that though. That's always a desire of gamers. You know, is wanting new things. And especially if in today's age, Damiani, with because I feel like what happens adjacent to the video game industry sometimes like trickles down into it. So when movies and games are just giving us the same shit, sequels and remakes and, you know, the same thing over and over, then when that happens in the video game industry, you're just like, dude, I'm tired of all the same shit, you know? I'm tired of all these franchises.
Marvel.
Like, I get that. But again, not every game can be Sifu, you know?
Every game can be Sifu.
Not every game can be Sifu.
Not every game could qualify for two genre categories at the Game Awards.
It's so innovative and unique that it is
two categories.
Yeah.
All right, Eber. The next one comes from Sebastian Hall, aka Lodius. If you got this one, Eber. Or did I read the last one?
You did.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian Hall.
Yeah.
Lodius, yes. Hi, Damiani and Huber. What's up? Unfortunately, I won't have time to put together Star Citizen screenshots like I normally do for the showcase. Instead, I thought I'd just drop a few lines. Let's get the elephant out of in the room out of the way. To me, the GOATY is Horizon Forbidden West, with God of War Ragnarok as a close second. I've been giving this a lot of thought. Even though I absolutely love Ragnarok and Norse mythology, there was just something extra special about Forbidden West that made it impossible to... That made it impossible to stop playing. I loved every single second of it, and I think I've done every single piece of content in that game, and I hunger for more. Forbidden West, dude, I fucking love that game, and I cannot put my finger on what. There's like one chain link missing, and I don't know I don't know what that piece is representing. Like, there's something about it, dude. Horizon Forbidden West is fucking incredible, but there's just... I've lost sleep thinking about this, dude.
Wow.
Because a lot of people just don't like that game outright. They're just like, oh, it's fine. And I think it's incredible, but there's definitely something to be said about it. I don't know. I can't place it. Stay tuned for our GOATY conversations, dude. We'll dive in. With all that out of the way, I want to turn to you, Huber, for a bit. Please know that you're a great person. I understand that it's a bit weird to hear things from people not actually knowing you. Oh, you know me well, chat. Knowing you and are living far and wide, but I know you've been through so much, and still you keep your chin up. Still you fight on and stay positive. It's been breaking my heart hearing about everything life has thrown at you, but please know that to me and us as a community, you are the beacon of light, and especially your late night streams have been some of the highlights of my year, even though I always seem to only catch the last couple hours. Thank you so much. Damiani, where do I even begin? You've taken over this showcase and done so in a great way. You've kept it up with elegance and joy. Hosting these streams as a celebration of the community is so important, and at least to me it feels like it helps bring us all closer together. So thank you. Finally, I turn to you, the community. You aren't always easy to keep an eye on, but I remember that you are so freaking talented, kind, and it's a lot of thanks to you that I've been around here for so long and keep coming back. I feel blessed to call you friends, and seeing your names in chat fills me with joy. Me too. Hearing about the community's feelings on games and TV/film is great, and giving me recommendations to check out has improved my life a lot. Whoever it was that recommended me To the Moon so long ago, please know that yes, I finally played it through in one sitting. And yes, I cried at the end. Make sure you keep spreading that love and respect always. Sebastian Hall, aka Lodius. Love and respect, Lodius.
Yeah. Thank you.
Love and respect. Something about Forbidden West. I just can't put my finger on it. Cannot put my finger on it. You know what I think it is actually right now?
It's got West in the title.
The only thing I can really put my finger on, I love Aloy as a character, but I feel like the entire game, and this is like a 50-hour game, I feel like the entire game, Aloy is one mood, one note. Just, we gotta save everybody. We need to do it. I'm Aloy, and I'm gonna fight, because I'm strong, and I need to do it. And we need to save everyone. Like, the whole game.
Yeah, but the dialogue can be a story-driven game. I think that does matter.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, like, same type of game, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Link doesn't do shit. He didn't talk in that game.
True. But this is like super
it's not a dialogue.
narrative. This is Aloy's story.
This is different.
You know? Yeah. And I feel like the whole the whole time, she's just the same character. But I've only beat it once. I don't know.
I think for me, it's just as simple as there's still guidance. Like, it's still a crafted experience at points in Horizon games, despite being open world.
Yeah. And
that shows the most to me in the opening moments of both games, especially like Forbidden West, because it's trying to teach you to gain your bearings.
Yeah.
It's incredibly linear until you pass that certain part.
A couple hours, no drama.
Whereas Breath of the Wild, the only linear part is walking out of where you wake up, that room. You walk out there, and it's like, you can't go off the platform yet, but like, you can go anywhere on that platform. The game is like, go over here. It's like,
sure.
go and every like it lets you discover things, and it's fun to discover things. Sometimes I think developers and creators get too worked up in you can't have both. I think
Yeah.
you either have a thing where you're gonna like make it more of a playground, where you want the players to have fun, and it's their own experiences are gonna dictate how the game goes, how they play through the game. Versus no, I want to do like Horizon's doing.
I like the balance.
And they're two different, and that's why they're so distinct to me.
Yeah.
And you can't have it both ways. And I'm just saying why I personally gravitate towards one over the other.
Word.
Yeah, it's not that's not like the complete answer, but it's the personal answer. Yeah.
Frozen Wilds is good. Definitely don't skip that. There's some good lore in there as well. I feel that though.
Yeah.
Domiani, I feel like sometimes. I feel like sometimes you're like, no, well, it's not Zelda, so I'm just gonna not bother.
Well, for Horizon, but this is different. This is like I'm sorry to bring up because if Zelda didn't make an open world game, only because it made it like this.
Yeah, it set the bar. It
But
set the bar, dude.
Like I can talk. Another one. The same thing happened with Death Stranding, but because I'm so intrigued by Kojima, it's like, all right, I like let's go with this. Like it's a little straightforward right now, but like it's gonna open up. I know it is.
Yeah.
Or you get
Trust in Kojima.
Yeah, like I had a little bit more like goodwill to go on with that one. But even that, Death Stranding, like falls like that. And I think it's when you want to tell a crafted story, there's almost no way around it. Because you can't, like, if I don't know where the player's going, shit, how do I do this opening? Yeah. I have to force them to go through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's like the
trade-off.
That's why
those little Breath of the Wild moments, like Terrytown and the Yiga clan and all that are so impactful, you know?
Yeah. I
like when you have that much freedom and then somehow it like focuses and all of a sudden the next thing you know you're just like learning about the sixth story. Oh, it's so good.
I really like a good story and well written like dialogue in video games, but I never place more value on it above just like my raw gameplay experience. And if
Brad too, I think.
And if it's like
you and Brad both.
Here comes excellent storytelling and good gameplay, or here's excellent gameplay but good storytelling, I'll always pick excellent gameplay over excellent storytelling. Because I play
both.
What? That's the dream.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That's the dream. Yeah. And in an open world game, I think for like someone like you, I would imagine something like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Culmination.
Is like the culmination of something like that.
But I also love I love it all because it's like games that are just story, Citizen Sleeper style, have so much value. But then just pure gameplay games like fucking, I don't know, I was gonna say Celeste, but actually the story in there is sick.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's story in every game, but you can just say like even like Mario Odyssey. Sure, there's narrative in it, but like no one cares.
Dude, when's the next Mario? What's up, Nintendo?
What's up?
Let's go.
What's up, Nintendo?
What's going on?
Our next submission comes from Joe Caruso. As I get older, it's easier for me to get emotional from film or video games. Damn, that seems pretty true. To this day, a video game has never made me cry, but surprising how otherwise simple games can sucker punch me with sadness. Have you ever been moved by a game that you really weren't expecting to have any impact like that on you? Excuse me. I have an answer, yes, but you've got 3 examples here, Joe. Let's see what they are. Example 1. When the final boss of Resident Evil 7 asks, "Why does everyone hate me?" before you battle her. Something about the character being both a young child and an old lady makes that line so sad to me.
Yeah, super sad line.
This next one, where we're going with this. Example 2. Super R-Type is a space shoot-'em-up from over 30 years ago without any dialogue or story. During the final boss, you rescue 4 friendly ships who help you beat the boss. But after the boss is defeated, as the exit tunnel is being destroyed, just like at the end of Return of the Jedi as the Millennium Falcon is escaping the Death Star, the friendly ships can't keep up, and one by one they get engulfed in flames, creeping up the tunnel.
Sick.
All while this melancholic music plays. Was this whole game a rescue mission that failed? It was just so unconventional for a game like that to end on such a sad note, and it never really occurred to me until recently. Yo.
Sick.
And finally, perhaps the saddest moment I've ever experienced from
Yo,
any
shout
video
out
game.
to Drainius. It's a new shoot 'em up this year that is like the gold standard 10 out of 10. I think it's only on PC though.
Sound like Gradius.
But just another indie to add to the list of one of the best ever, and another one that's flying, pun intended, under the radar. Check it out.
Wow. And finally, perhaps the saddest moment I've ever experienced from any video game is from, believe it or not, the campaign of Battlefield 4. I was not very invested in that game's story or characters.
I do not like this campaign, but go on.
But there's a scene that shook me to my core. It all happens during gameplay, not in a cutscene. Your small team boards a ship that's slowly sinking, and you find a soldier trapped beneath a grate on a lower level as he yells for help. But your commander insists that there's not enough time to cut through the grate, and you have to leave him to drown. But what made the scene so gut-wrecking is that as you leave him, the poor, unharmed soldier shouts out for you to give a message to his mom.
Damn.
But you don't hear it. The fact that you're in control this whole time, and yet there's nothing you can do, made me almost sick to my stomach.
Yo, that's hardcore.
Yo. How dare a game as stupid as Battlefield 4 make me more sad than The Last of Us 2 or Silent Hill 2?
It's hilarious.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good picks. I like that. Because that just shows how personal video games are, right? Your experiences dictate whether, sometimes it's like, yo, this thing made me cry. It's not going to make 98% of other players cry, but for me in this moment with my life experiences and like the mood I am in while I am playing this specific part, like all of those factors can have such a huge impact on how you respond to a game.
Yeah, their question about, like, didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Ones, Rhyme, the puzzle indie game.
I remember you hyping this. I always wanted to play it, dude.
Yeah, I can't say anything. Don't want to say anything more, but was not expecting something. Wasn't most heroes in Ocarina of Time dead? And the same thing, Swordfish? Most of the heroes in Ocarina of Time dead. That's a theory that the sages are dead. That's not...
Fan theories.
Yeah, that's not canonical. So, yeah. But Breath of the Wild, the champions are dead, but they're new champions. Anyway. Next one's from Astral Crab.
Ellie's line about everyone I've ever loved is dead or has left me is like the most painful real line of my entire life. And sometimes I just think about it and I start to like well up. Yeah. Astro Crab, hello allies. Longtime viewer, but first time submitting. Welcome, welcome. Today I was looking to chat about a game series that is dear to me and many others, which is The Last of Us.
Here we go.
Seeing that Huber is on, I just wanted to start by thanking him for his playthroughs this year of both the first game and the second, then the first game again in remake fashion, which I finally almost finished watching all the VODs of. Nice. That was a fun one. I like that playthrough. Watching you play through some of my favorite games was such a joy and helped me stay positive through a tough time. Good. Your perspective on the series as a whole and it being a comfort game is something I really resonate with. Yeah, it's like The Walking Dead. Both of those worlds deal with loss really fucking well. When I talk to my friends about my comfort games or shows, they often bring up something about the lines of Animal Crossing and The Office. Meanwhile, I say in response that I will sometimes throw on an episode of The Walking Dead. You see me. We see each other, Astral. Or play/watch something Last of Us related. I get why someone would shake their head at the idea of a post-apocalyptic zombie medium being remotely comforting, but to me that was always just the surface of it, when in reality they are telling human stories through that lens and showcasing an emotional experience in a way that can help others work through their own struggles along their journey. Yeah, just watching like Carol in The Walking Dead. Carol has gotta be one of the strongest characters in the history of television. I full stop, not hyperbole. Now to shift gears a bit, one thing I love about The Last of Us is factions multiplayer. Played so much of it and with my friends on PS4 years ago, and it was sorely missed with the sequel not having any multiplayer whatsoever. I was relieved when I found out that it was going to be a standalone project with a larger scope, but I'm curious, as to what we could be expecting. Me personally, I might be thinking too ambitious, but this game has been cooking for a while, so how could I not? Absolutely. Fair. When you're dealing with something like this, maximum expectations are allowed. I imagine a scenario where I'm in a player hub with a buddy, and we have some kind of currency that we are spending on gear to go out and scavenge for our group in an open map with threats lurking such as players and the infected. I guess I'm picturing something similar to DayZ with PvE and PvE being a constant concern, while also obtaining cargo to further a settlement of some sort. I think at the very least, I want to be in a situation where I'm by a fireplace getting warm out in the world, and then have a random stranger walk up to get some warmth while I contemplate if I can trust him, or if he is going to betray me and lead me into a pack of clickers. Either way, I can't wait to get some info on what we can expect from this game, and would love to hear your thoughts on some things you would love to see be a part of the gameplay loop. Love and respect, Astral Crab. Yeah, I really want to see narrative and PvP collide like never before, Damiani. That is what I want to see. I want to be playing this game like co-op with you or whatever, and like watching cutscenes and like following this narrative and getting like emotionally invested, but then also have to go out and battle other players, and maybe when I'm battling those players, I feel bad about it. Like I'm killing other players, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good to get my kill-death ratio up because I'm taking people out, but it needs to be done. Something like that, you know?
What if you feel like they purposely give limited resources where there is not enough on your own to scavenge? So, like, all the surrounding like human colonies, you have to like kind of like decide who you're gonna raid.
Yeah.
And maybe like send an envoy over to like try and like let's raid this one, but maybe they betray. Like, dude, that'd be so sick if it was like that, like you could like lose your whole base and like that. If whatever group you're in, you have to start all over. It's like you go to like a new instance, like that's that server, like you're off that server now. Like you got to connect to a new server, but like that's your story. Like your story ended. It's like, well, go to a new server, start a new story. Like. That could be kind of cool.
Dude,
like,
I'm down. Because I also hope there are single player missions or just co-op missions. You know, like let us go together as a group of 2 or 3 or 4 even. Let us go to a high school to scavenge for supplies, and there is infected there, and we have to get through it together. But then also, you know, you have your death matches where, you know, fireflies or hunters or whatever it may be, seraphites,
whatever faction you choose.
Yeah. So time can only tell. I am fully expecting though something unique. If it's just like same old shit, I will be disappointed because that's what they've hyped as well. The only thing they've really said is that it's going to combine multiplayer and narrative in a way that's never been done before. I want to see what that is.
All right.
So.
Next submission comes from Robert Lee. Hi, Damiani Huber. Been distracted with the FIFA World Cup and catching up with The Walking Dead, so just a quick post.
Yeah, dude. How are you? Let's go.
Argentina and Croatia and Morocco and France, right? That's the semifinals. Most of my gaming time has been taken up with Persona Royale.
So
thanks to Brad Ellis's recommendation on Frame Trap, saying no better time now to play it.
Worst possible time to play.
This was a month ago. Cutscenes are so lengthy, so I had to skip through them to finish the game. Otherwise, I'd be playing for months. Look at Huber's face.
What? Skipping through? Wow. Okay.
Although I skipped on the extra story content, I love the challenge battles. Okay. This was where the fun was. Getting back to Walking Dead, I stopped watching during season 9 after an actor left the show.
Of course, episode 5.
Thankfully, it's on Amazon Prime into season 10, and I'm loving it again.
Whispers, dude. Whispers. Yo, final season's gonna be on Netflix next month is the rumor. Every episode right there for you.
Argentina beat Croatia. Okay. Gutted about England's exit in the FIFA World Cup. Actually, though, we played well against France, but it's the same old story. Keep it up. Michael Hubert, please keep being an awesome man. Easy Allies wouldn't be the same without you. You're an absolute treasure.
I appreciate that.
Love and respect.
Thanks, Robert.
And our final text submission from Level Capybara.
Hi, Damiani. Hi, Huber. Happy December with 2022 wrapping up. What are some hopes, wishes, and resolutions you have for 2023, gaming related or otherwise? Wishing you both and the whole team a prosperous 2023. Hopes, wishes, and resolutions. I hope to be happier in 2023, Damiani. They're just that's it. That's it.
We're going to live in a world with RE4 Remake. That is the coolest shit ever.
Yes. Yes.
I like it. Hey, not saying it's going to be good.
No, it's going to be good, dude. It's going to be good.
Just seeing it and being like, I have faith.
Yeah.
Because that was, for me, that was the scariest one for them to do.
4?
4.
Because it's so precious.
It's less time between the two.
Yep.
Than any of the other ones. Obviously.
Yeah, because you look at remake 2 and 3, and it's
still
like,
a long time. It'll be 18 years, roughly 18 years between the OG and this. So it's almost 20 years. That is a long time. There have been other remakes that came out way sooner than that. So it's not like it's that soon ago.
Yeah.
But I was like very, very worried because I'm like, man, there have been so many good treatments to this game, like the fan restorations in HD, and like. I was like, do I really need this to be remade? Couldn't they remake other ones before this one? And I don't know. Like it's just the shooting so high.
Yeah.
It has the promise, the potential of making you recapture that rare feeling that's almost impossible to have of this feels new again.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't just forget a game. I mean, not through normal means, but you're not going to forget a game. So this is as close to, wow, this is new to me again. Totally. It feels so good to see
I think because you look at Resident Evil 4 original Damiani and the remake of it, the camera's still behind Leon's back, right? You're still walking through like that, whereas remake 2 and 3 fixed cameras, PS1 visuals, it looks and feels dramatically different. So I understand that, where it's like, hey, for remake, it's still going to be like
also
close-ish to it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It you got to consider that, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other factor to consider is this is also now not the third remake of these types of remakes. After 2, 3, this will be 4. Plus, we had 7 and 8 come out. Like the visual style, the UI, it's all starting to get a little familiar. It's still good, but can that still surprise? Or is it gonna or is this gonna feel also a little too familiar, played out? I think
bouncing back and forth between first person and third has really helped.
That could
alleviate the fatigue, especially too because not only that, but the balance of a remake versus now a new story, back to a remake. I just think the balance they've had has made it so they don't need to slow down just yet, but we'll see after 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been killing it. My God.
All right. We are now ready for our image submissions or photos and
artwork.
So we're gonna switch on.
I hope somebody drew Wesker.
I don't know if we've got any Wesker submissions.
Ah.
Our first comes from Tierju Engi. Hi, Mike and Mike. Hyped on Death Stranding 2 and Street Fighter 6, even if the box art is lukewarm. Get it? Lukewarm. Luke's on the cover.
That is amazing.
No matter, I'll buy it digitally. Started Dragon Quest 11, and I'm probably halfway through.
Oh, baby.
Oh, God, here we go, Huber. But battle camera sucks, and the music is so loud I dropped it to 30%, but otherwise, I really enjoyed it. Okay.
Yeah, is it the battle camera? Is that where you can move around? That's so dumb. Yeah, I just did classic turn-based shit.
Hands got strained from mashing on the slots game and was surprised to hear Kiryu's voice.
Dude, the Dragon Quest 11 casino. Dude, fuck!
Currently playing Neo 2 with my cousin. Overwhelmed with stuff as ever, but love the combat. Really wish Koei Tecmo would change that stuff in future games because it's a lot.
I think they are with that Wukong, Wulong, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what the game you're talking about.
Yeah, less loot in that.
God of War Ragnarok, really enjoyed the world and dialogues of people in it, except Odin's accent threw me off.
Did I ever ask you about Odin?
What?
Did you play Ragnarok?
No, I haven't finished it, no.
But Odin, dude, fucking West Wing, man. Where's your hype?
I heard Odin.
What's your West Wing hype on Odin?
When I heard him in the early in the game, I was like, that's what he sounds like? I was like, oh, okay.
But were you like, oh, West Wing?
No, but when I saw the name, then I was like, oh yeah, that's from West Wing.
Sure, because I know you like that show.
This New Yorkian sports manager mob boss was just totally too distracting. Exploring was excellent and pretty fun to do.
He definitely had Mafia vibes, for sure.
Anyway, here's a work in progress of my favorite characters in the game, and the one I've been working on since September. So let's get this going. So let me get the image. Yeah.
Dope. So sick.
And they said there was a second one here. Let me get this. Sorry. Okay. So this is the next one. Since it was getting cold, so this is the one I've been working on since September. Since it was getting cold, I went with a coat, but didn't like it. And second, or more like fifth, was too similar to the past ones. Yet I ended up with a Kipao, which I also have used a lot because I draw Chun-Li from time to time. Totally botched a few things. Didn't intend her to have the second color light blue stay in the hair and the second lighting on her scarf.
Dude,
both times I drew on the wrong layer, and rather than erasing everything on those areas, I just kept going. Also, wasn't happy with tones, so tried using different tools, and you can clearly see the difference in the final one. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it, and that's all that matters. Okay, so let's keep checking these out. So here was, oh, interesting.
Dope. Looks awesome.
Yeah. And then let's see the progress here. I love seeing this progress. So
yeah.
Very, very simple and flat looking.
Simple and clean.
Then adding the lines.
Dope. Little muscle definition there. Sick.
And then, get some.
Damn, this is crazy.
There.
Yo, those Dragon Ball Z abs right there.
Yeah. Then we go even further in with some of the lighting there.
Damn.
Tone on the muscles. Then they
have the hair. I love that.
Yeah.
That really brings it together.
And finally, the final version. Dude, look at that.
Damn.
Pretty good.
That looks like when an anime episode freeze frames at the end.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I like the light behind it. Yeah, it's like they're happy.
Sick.
All right, Andor is pretty decent. Probably the best I've seen since the original movie trilogy.
See, I'm worried about the hype now, It's exactly that. It goes both ways. You know how earlier I was like, when something is, like Mass Effect Andromeda, right, is like not well received, but then people go to it with low expectations, so they're like, it's amazing! Now Andor is hyped to the fucking moon, so people dipping into it are just like, it's alright. Hype and expectations, dude. You gotta manage that shit.
I did. I definitely enjoyed it. Lost Judgment, Kaito Files is good. Don't sleep on it. Damiani, this season of Achieve It Yourself Together has been great. Huber, can't wait for the next episode of Mysterious Monsters, or maybe it has aired since I wrote this. Thanks for being yourself.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for being yourself, even if I don't agree with your take on 13th Sentinels. Happy holidays, love and respect.
Tell me, damn it. My whole life, there's always one.
Okay.
There's always one game. I wish I had a list. I wish I was smart enough and had the foresight to write down. I guess Last Guardian is one.
Uh-huh.
But there's always a really popular, excellent video game that I don't connect with. And the most recent one is 13 Sentinels. I don't like it. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it happens, Chad. I'm sorry.
It happens.
I'm sorry.
It happens.
I just couldn't get into the story. Couldn't get into the characters. That's all. That's all. Hell of a good-looking game, though. God, it's beautiful.
Nowhere, yeah.
So beautiful. Nothing better than anime sunsets, dude.
Ah!
That, like, orange glow. You know, the orange glow of an anime sunset, dude. I just can't even. Felt that with Nier. Yeah, Nier Automata I couldn't get into. I'm sorry.
There you go, yeah.
Sarah Knight. What's up, Sarah?
Hey.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Hello, Damiani and Huber. Hope you guys are doing well. I was originally going to do a drawing video, but decided to go for the coveted thumbnail instead.
Oh, blood!
As for the entries themselves, it's just 3 pieces of fan art for one of my favorite shows, The Owl. I want to watch this. My niece and nephew were watching cartoons, and the Owl House commercial,
I don't know what this is.
like a commercial popped up for it. And I was like, yo, what is that, man? That show looks fucking sick.
I have no idea what the Owl House is. About to find out.
The Owl House with a holiday theme going on. Seriously, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, go watch it on Disney Plus and show Disney that it's a successful show and doesn't deserve to get the 3 40-minute episode specials treatment for its 3rd and final season. Anyways, they're all available to buy in my shop. If anyone wishes to buy them at tpublic.com/user/art-of-Sarah. That is tpublic.com/user/art-of-Sarah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to you guys, the chat, and everyone watching. Much love and respect, Sarah Knight. Number 1. Number 1.
Oh.
Santa Gus and King. If you're wondering why he looks like Cubone, it's not a coincidence. So
Trying to
sick.
get them in trouble. Okay.
So sick.
Disney versus Nintendo.
Yo, Owl House in Fortnite when? That's really good. I really like that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what the show is, but that looks good.
Next up is Willow and Hunter. How are your gift wrapping skills? Very poor. My grandma, back in her day,
pretty poor here,
was
too.
a professional gift wrapper at, like, Sears.
Dude,
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I'm terrible at gift wrapping too. That's why I like try and buy everything from Amazon and select the gift wrap option so they do it.
Yeah.
All right, and this last one.
So wholesome.
They're a good gift wrapper.
Amita and Luz, Disney Channel's first
Oh.
LGBT plus couple to share an on-screen kiss. Sorry if that was spoilers. 10 out of 10. Fucking sick.
See, look how good that's wrapped right there. It's amazing.
Gotta watch Owl House, dude. It looks so good.
So the Owl House is an animated show.
Yeah, it's cartoon.
Okay.
It's cartoon.
Have to maybe look at it. One show that I tried watching a show right away, Huber.
It's very good, Sarah.
Willow. Because I actually really like the original movie.
Now there's National Treasure. Disney, you need to fucking stop with the revivals.
So this seemed like the most, like, whatever. Like, maybe you didn't need to have this happen. Tonally, I think my problem is just the tone of the show. It's so weird to me. It feels like it's trying to be this weird, anachronistic, like, semi, like, modern dialogue take on a fantasy genre. And that's not what Willow was. So I'm like, what are we going for here? I don't know. Like, it could be a good show, but I'm like, this is so weird and different
The
from
movie
Willow.
is Willow, right? Or the movie is Legend. What's the movie?
No, the movie's called
The
Willow.
movie's Willow and the show is called Willow?
Willow too, yeah.
So they're both Willow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Willow
It's
since I was
not-
like 6.
I don't know if they're like, I wouldn't want to say like it's like bad like screwing up. It's like I don't know if they need Willow in it. Like this could have been its own like show. I think they're just trying to like they're doing it for name recognition, but I only watched the first episode and I was like, woo, okay. And then like
So the writer of the original film
yeah.
wrote episode 2
Okay, so I have to watch episode 2 then.
and episode 7,
So I have to watch
which
it.
apparently is not out yet.
Yeah,
Episode
I
7.
need to watch episode 2 then.
So there you go.
Yeah. But like the ending credits are like some like pop,
Story by George Lucas for the original movie.
Yeah, it was Lucasfilm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was they wanted something to like but they needed like a like not as high of a budget. And like apparently like the big like Willow was a financial success but wasn't
Yeah.
big enough. And they think it's because they like didn't give it a big enough. They probably
Yeah.
need a bigger budget. Anyway,
Thoughts on
Sorry.
Dark Willow, Swordfish?
Dark Willow. Next submission comes from Mo Grant.
Yo, the Owl House
Yeah.
accidentally sent to the world of the bowling aisles before a trip to summer camp. A teenage human named Luz longs to become a witch with the rebellious Ida and pint-sized Demon King at her aid. 43 episodes.
43 episodes. Pretty good.
That's all.
Nice. Pronounced loose. Okay.
Loose.
Mo Grant. Hey, Damiani and Huber. I unfortunately don't have an update on our comic, Max Axel and the Wild Circuit.
Next time.
This month, as we are revving up to get ready for a big reveal next month. Okay, understandable.
Sick.
Very okay. In the meantime, though, I figured I'd share some pics from when I went to New York Comic Con this past October. Going to Comic Con has become a bit of a yearly tradition for me and my younger brother, and this year we both went cosplaying as some of our favorite characters. He has been cosplaying at Comic Con for a few years in a row now, while this was only my second year in costume. All right, let's get this first pic because they're about to say something, but I want you to see it first. Oh, images. Here we go. All right.
Damn.
This year I went as Ryu from Street Fighter, and he went as Luffy from One Piece. However, since I have a feeling that Brad might be due for a showcase soon, I'll save the One Piece pics for when Brad's here.
Fair enough.
All right, start off right. We got Street Fighter team up with Ryu and Cammy, so that is pick 1 right there. Yo, excellent, dude.
Quality.
All right, next we have some classic Marvel vs. Capcom action between Ryu and Captain America. Yo, let's go. Dude, sick.
So sick.
So sick. I kind of want to show a video of a Masquerade skit of someone trying to do did an MVC2 skit at Fanime like 10 plus years ago. Anyway, speaking of the Star Spangled Hero, we had a whole multiverse of caps at Comic-Con.
Nice.
Take a look at this.
Oh,
wow,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Captain Carter right there.
It's pretty sick. Turning back to video games, we have 2 of the headband homies of Smash Brothers Ultimate, Ryu and Richter. We were just missing an Ike. Dude, sick. No, I would have loved to see an Ike. Yo, there we go. Look at that whip.
Yeah,
Vampire Killer. Dude,
crazy.
Sick. In honor of the recent GOTY win, even Ryu has pledged his service to the Dark Moon. Okay. Okay. Ryu gonna be in Elden Ring, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's happening. Just get a Ryu costume.
Hell yeah.
In honor, the fighting game crossover continues with the dream matchup. Ryu versus Liu Kang. Dude.
They would fight, and then they would be allies. Straight up. Uneasy alliance. Make it happen, Ed Boon. Make it happen.
Sick. I know I said I was gonna.
Wait. Has a Mortal Kombat or a Street Fighter character ever crossed over?
No, we thought Smash Brothers might be the first time.
Ever one time? Ever?
No.
Damn it, dude.
No.
We need it.
Smash Brothers was the first chance. Like
we need it.
Like maybe if the Sub-Zero had been added in. Like,
damn it.
No fatalities. Like
yeah.
Not as violent of moves. Like the freezing could be like kind of comical.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Multiverses killed that though.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good.
I know I said I was going to hold the One Piece picks for Brad, but I had to throw one more wild match up in there. Yeah.
Dude, is that his body? That guy's body?
I get if that is
that guy is fucking ripped. Jesus.
Ready to Goku.
Dude, if you're that ripped, you have to cosplay as Goku.
Yeah, that's like mandatory.
Damn.
You must go topless like that.
Holy shit.
That guy's body is definitely
Oh my god.
Holy shit. That's like Ultra Instinct. Yeah. And of course, I had to throw in a Naruto pick for Huber. Yo, here we go.
Nice.
Yeah, right in front of the Naruto booth right there. Sick.
God, I love when they're together.
All right, last after the con, as we were waiting for
the legendary Sanin, man.
Oh, dude.
So sick.
The 3 legendaries.
Yeah.
Orochimaru. Yeah. After the con, we were waiting for the train back home. I managed to grab my last pick with this dope Bishop cosplayer.
Love Bishop.
Dude.
Rad. Dude, we need more Bishop.
Dude. Sick.
Dude, Bishop in Days of the Future Past was
Hell
fucking
yeah.
sick. We need more Bishop.
Damn. Let's get it.
Wait, did they bring Bishop into, they didn't do Bishop in Deadpool 2, right? It was just Cable?
Just cables.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember.
No Bishop. Damn it.
No, I think he's thinking of, you're thinking of, the beginning of the Days
Yeah.
of Future Past. You're in,
Yeah.
it's,
In the future timeline, dude, when they're all there and the crazy Sentinels come. Bishop hype.
yeah. That's, yeah. The dark future part. Where,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Great scene.
Yeah.
Really wonderful scene. High stakes.
Called the Metal Armor.
There's a lot of my Bishop lore is a little light because Bishop has not been around for a while. I feel
Dude,
like.
yeah, Bishop and the animated X-Men.
Oh.
Dude, so good.
So sick.
Keeps getting sent to bad times,
Yeah,
man.
dude, Bishop, man.
Watching it in the wrong order is a trip, man.
It's like,
it's
where the hell is
so
it?
weird. I'm so
Did they
glad
fix that?
They did. They
Okay,
fixed
okay.
it finally. But like, first watching in the wrong order, I was just like, what is going on? Wait, where are we now? Random, like, we're in a time travel episode, then we're back to like freaking the dinosaur island with Magneto's island or whatever. But then we're back at Magneto's space island. I'm like, wait, what's going on? So out of order.
I've never been to Comic-Con.
Dude, I tried. I wanted to chain out 1 year, but we usually get like 2 badges for San Diego Comic-Con each year. Yeah, they didn't really have much last year. Unfortunately, San Diego Comic-Con, the gaming stuff, the only real thing for gaming there is if, especially it's gonna be interesting this year. Historically, Comic-Con has had whatever was at E3 is usually at Comic-Con, so it's the exact same shit. But from our perspective, it's like, oh, we can get a little bit more extra hands-on time. Oh, we only had 15 minutes with the game. They're like, oh, you can have like an hour with it or play as much of it as you need. So it's kind of like more... Example, Smash Brothers Ultimate at E3. You had to do those dumb reservations. And you got
Yeah.
like a best of 5 match, and then you get to move. They had to like move on. At San Diego Comic-Con, we had 45 minutes in a hotel room with Smash Bros. Ultimate just to play it like on our own.
Must be nice.
So yeah, it must be nice.
Wow.
But like Resident Evil 2 Remake had the same booth as E3 there, like the same exact setup. Yeah, it was all pretty much like the same. So they don't really bring anything new to Comic-Con, so it's not like big on game announcements, but it is a good place to maybe get extra time, or if you missed it.
Well, I
at
like
E3.
that it's this cross point between movies, comics, and games and stuff. I think it's like everything I love.
I think more so than gaming stuff, though, there would be panels there that you would have loved.
Yeah,
and like
all the panels I'm always jealous of.
It's pretty sad now with Kevin Conroy's recent passing. But one of the coolest panels I got to go to was Batman the Animated, like probably 10 years ago, a Batman the Animated Series like panel they just did where they just talked about behind the scenes stories for an hour.
Bro.
It was Paul Dini.
No.
Sorry.
Just
yeah.
move on. Move
Yeah,
on. Move
it
on.
was
Move on.
yeah, sorry.
I don't get jealous, chat. I'm jealous. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But stuff like that still exists. They haven't, like, now with them starting to go back into person over the next few years, maybe there'll be one where they'll have, like, a show you really love. They're like,
Yeah.
and it won't be a hard to get into panel. Maybe it's like, dude, humor, this might be the
Old
time
man
to go check
Vince
it out.
Gilligan and
Dude, yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
Dude, that will be a Hall H panel. Even though that shows are over, it's like
Retrospective.
anything with them is going to be in Hall H. Like, absolutely. All right, our one and only audio submission comes from Kevin Gillet.
Nice.
Hello, Damiani and Huber. I'll keep it short since the music is a bit long. I'm loving my time with Pokemon Violet, and as its release was approaching, I wanted to revisit one of my favorite tracks from Sword and Shield, from the mystical foggy woods at the beginning of the game where you meet the legendary. P.S. For any Doctor Who fans in attendance, there's a 13-minute medley of themes from the 13th Doctor's era on my channel, which I posted on the 59th anniversary of the show. Now for some Pokemon music. Love and respect, Kevin Gillet. Let's get our headphones on, because we're going to have to listen to this one. We'll keep them on for the remainder.
Sweet.
And I will get that ready to play as soon as you're ready.
I'm ready.
Ready? I'm going to probably crank this up to max now. Here we go.
This is nice. I love this. I love this.
Some bass drop there.
Yo, fucking Rogue Legacy all of a sudden. Let's go.
I'm on a trip here. Palace
I
now.
love that. Yep. Talking to some townsfolk, NPCs.
Yeah. I say I'm imagining like a prince on like the throne room here.
Sick.
A little party going on, everyone's dancing. And that little the like when the guitar stuff hit in there, it was like he took his first hit because he's like so bored. And he's like, dude, what's going on? And now he's like back here. And he's like, all right, we're back at the party. All right. He's like, hey, want to get some more of that stuff?
Prince taking some rips. Hence the name Slumbering Weld. This is great. Some good writing music. I would listen to this.
There it is. Found some more.
It's like a little bit mysterious, a little bit dangerous, a little bit sad.
Oh.
Just a little bit, this part. There's like danger, you know? There's danger here. But oh, it actually turned out okay. That's where we're at, you know? Everything's fine. I wish I could get into Pokemon.
Alright. It's not for everyone.
Nah, but it kind of is, because it's
Is
made
it?
$1 trillion.
Alright.
That was so great.
Good
Loved
stuff, Kevin. Very good
Loved
stuff.
that.
Alright, we are now in the final segment. We got a few videos here, and first up from none other than Alexander Zirinov. Do you want to read this one, Heber? Or?
Yeah, Alexander Zirinov. Hello, allies. Hey, I enjoyed playing Dota with you yesterday,
Dude,
Alexander. That was
that
great.
tower defense thing was fun.
Yeah.
I actually like that mode, yeah.
Dude, so many games, like, top 10 games you love but don't play. Dota 2, near the top of my list. Absolutely. I'm continuing highlighting Apex Legends characters, and today we'll talk about Bangalore, who is a free legend available from the start. Anita Williams was raised to serve in armed forces, as did 4 generations before her. Since her childhood, she held a strong kinship and a friendly rivalry with her big brother Jackson. The siblings trained in the same boot camp, and after graduation were given the same deployment. In the following battle, Anita got seriously wounded. Realizing that the fight is lost, Jackson ignored the orders and evacuated the crew. Can you shut that door, Damian?
Yeah, I was about to.
Realizing that the fight is lost, Jackson ignored the orders and evacuated the crew to another planet. When Anita woke up and learned what happened, she sent a distress signal and confronted Jackson about his treason. One of the commanders arrived and attempted to execute Jackson without a trial, but Anita intervened and killed the officer. With the military looking for them, the siblings had to flee and hide. Several years later, an explosion tore their ship Hestia in half, and Anita watched helplessly as Jackson was falling to the ground. After a crash landing, Anita looked for both work and her brother. After crash landing, Anita looked for both work and her brother she refused to believe had died. Eventually, she decided to join Apex Games as Bangalore to raise money for her search. With other legends' help, Anita tried following several leads, but they hadn't gotten her much closer. Finally, she decided to leave the games to continue searching. In her last match, she was fighting with Newcastle, the legend that came to replace her, and quickly realized that under his mask hides her brother Jackson. Trying to understand why he is avoiding her, Anita followed Jackson and discovered that he now has a wife and kids, and that he keeps his participation in Apex Games a secret. In terms of gameplay, Bangalore is an offensive legend. Her passive ability briefly increases your movement speed when opponents shoot in your direction. Also, she shares her military experience when you ping items, which helps with learning their properties. Bangalore's tactical ability is a smoke grenade that covers a significant area in thick smoke. This enables you to create visual cover to safely cross open fields, heal, or revive your teammates. You can also throw smoke on your opponents to block their vision. Additionally, you can fire smoke canisters while using healing items to give yourself an extra chance of safe recovery. With her ultimate ability, Bangalore calls an artillery strike to cover a huge area with missiles that start exploding shortly after landing. Exploding missiles deals damage briefly, stuns, and blurs vision of everyone in the radius, forcing your opponents to hide. However, you can't call artillery strikes in caves and buildings, so you need to find a way to bring the fight outside. I like playing as Bangalore because her abilities are equally useful for offense and defense. In the video, I've tried to highlight her abilities as well as her interactions with Newcastle and other legends. This is just a small taste. The game has much more than I can possibly show in just 3 minutes.
Clips are what civvies use in their hair. This is called a magazine.
Bangalore hype. Yeah, she's OG, dude. I remember Bangalore.
R99
I love the way
here.
she does that.
Good recoil, but it empties fast. Wingman here. Great for headshots. Got a hop up here. Skull piercer. Increases headshot damage. Love these things.
Oh yeah.
I can smoke.
Dude, that smoke.
Spotted. Double timing. Up in the chimney. Hold tight. I got your back. Giving him the chimney.
Bound boys are shooting at me.
Dude, sick knife.
Come on in. Old Painless is waiting.
Dude, love that, bro.
Incoming.
Let's get it back. Damn! I do not remember that move, dude. What the fuck? And that gun, dude, it looks like some singularity gun.
They got me.
1 second, we got this.
Thanks for the assist. Now let's go teach him to double check the corpses.
Always gotta double check those corpses.
Hell yeah.
Confirm the kill.
Kill leader, huh? I'll take the promotion.
Fucking animation.
It was your job to get your squad home. Whole squad taken out. I like what I see.
With skills like that, you down the Samantha.
Sounds like a Cyberpunk character.
You know, war.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3. Good for ranged engagements.
Thanks for the loot. I'll get you back.
Thanks, Jack. Newcastle.
Hey, come on. You're welcome.
Whatever. Heavy ammo.
It's really cool having a brother-sister vibe.
Just doing what's best for the team. Let's get you up. You have a family to get home to.
Gotta be like that, huh?
Calling it how I see it, Jackie.
Estia's still here, huh?
Yeah. At least one thing from my past decided to stick around.
What
Well,
was that house?
yeah.
Good job, P. We look
There it is.
good together.
It's a really cool skin.
You are the Apex champions.
Nice.
Sick. Alexander, I really appreciate you shining a spotlight on like a lesser hyped feature in a game. I think that...
Every month, the Apex Legends character.
Yep. Love it.
It's good stuff.
I think it's really fucking cool in Apex that the characters do that. It like really adds a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how much like story there's.
Yeah.
They're all very messed up stories too. It's very intense.
Yeah.
Our next video submission comes from Damon, Radioactive Magic, which probably means maybe another Pokemon video. We'll see. Hello, allies. Hope everything is going wonderfully. Since the holidays are between now and the next showcase, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now, at long last, the promised first episode of The Villains of Pokemon. By the time you see this, I would have the second part where I write my own Pokemon villain team already up. For this one, go from between 2:58 and 3 minutes, and from there on. Best wishes to you and everyone watching. Love and respect. So let me get this queued up. You said start at 3 minutes. Right about there. Okay, here we go.
Aqua all those years ago, I had a bit of reservation about it. To me, it seemed like it was making Team Rocket less unique and interesting. It went from being something quirkily amusing to a fashion trend of villainy. In my eyes, having a team of antagonists is not a concept that has to be married to Pokemon. For a reboot, I think a number of generations could go by without them being called a team. Then, if there ever was a new team of villains that arose, there could be interesting reasons why. I think it would have been cool if after many years of other villains since the first ones, Team Skull named themselves after Team Rocket so they could feel like dangerous people because, oh man, you remember them? Weren't they cool? I want to be like them. Going back to looking at the word villain, from a storytelling point of view, another defining trait is that a villain acts while a hero reacts.
Seriously, don't fuck with Disney.
What I mean here is that commonly it's the villain that kicks off the inciting incident and start the story. They put the world in a state of unbalance and inspire the hero to fix it. It is important as a game developer to think of how we can make sure the player is as inspired as the hero is to stop the villains and fix the world. If we can do that, we'll have a much more compelling game than if the villains are forced on the player via blocked doorways. Just before I begin, it's probably worth mentioning why I wanted to talk about the antagonists of Pokemon. Villains contribute a lot to the world building in which they reside. Just by being there, they can tell us a lot about the laws, people, and culture that they come from. It is extremely important that they exist for reasons beyond just giving the player more people to fight. Even though, yes, that is kind of the whole point of them, it still has to make sense for why they even exist at all. What has to go wrong in this world in order for such villains to emerge, especially so for those of the criminally inclined? To give an in-game example, Team Skull is composed of teenagers that failed their coming-of-age trials, felt upset at the world for being unfair, and banded together to rebel. That's not just realistic, it's relatable. Who hasn't felt like a failure at some point? That being said though, as I voiced in the Legendaries video, there is a lot left to be desired from the generations where the fate of the universe was at risk. We certainly learned a lot about the Pokemon universe from those stories, but the villains themselves were rather forgettable, at least for me. With all this in mind, clearly there is a lot to offer here for the player and the world building, so let's dive in. To get us started, the question to ask is, what makes a good villain? There are so many videos out there that cover this, I'm not even sure which to recommend. Probably all of them. A common theme, however, is number 1, motivation. A clearly defined and thought out reason for why these people are doing what they are doing. Even if they are maniacal, there has to be more than just for the glory of evil. Number 2, have their actions support their views and have every action contribute to that end goal. This usually results in showing the player what the villains are capable of, demonstrating the power they wield, and what lengths they are willing to go to make their goals realized. Whether it is done through their own direct actions or done through their henchmen, it helps to show the audience why they are bad and not simply be told over and over again that they are, in fact, bad. Number 3, give them a soul. Have them show personality and a story arc. Everybody comes from somewhere. They all have a history that got them to where they are. You don't have to show that history, but there should be lots of evidence of it. Perhaps the best evidence could be how they continue to develop as a person as the events unfold.
All right.
Love
4
that.
minutes
I love
there.
your voice.
Stuff.
It's so soothing.
Yeah.
It's like really soothing and authoritative. Like you know exactly what you're talking about. I feel like I'm learning in a very nice, digestible and soothing way.
They're always very informative.
Yep.
Definitely like these.
Hell yeah.
Our next video comes from Lee Exel. Huber. Just one line.
Song from my new album, Exit Strategy, a special 3-minute edit for the Allies.
All right. Let me get this queued up. Here we go.
Sick. I feel like this video should be on, like, repeat in a nightclub. You know what I mean? Just like in the screen in the back. This is perfect nightclub video. Let's get heavy. It's gonna be like World War II stock footage. It's a perfect soundtrack. Yeah. Shit rips. Yo, that was sick as fuck. Damn.
Boom.
Excel.co, dude, I want to listen to more of that.
Cool
Thank you
logo.
very much.
Yeah,
More, please. Appreciate it.
that's pretty sick. All right. Our next video submission comes from Nick Gothic. I have a real treat for Huber.
Nice.
My crew at Atlantis entered another wonderful Commodore 64 demo at the demo party called Deadline in Berlin in October of this year, and it won second place.
Damn, nice.
Especially cool is that we decided to theme this demo on comic book superheroes. the demo is called, is it Eroismo? I'd say what not to say, but is it Eroismo or is it Erissimo? Meaning heroism in Italian. Although I didn't contribute any artwork to it, I did make a montage of it where I just talk about some of the effects achieved and provide some light narration, trying my best to do a lousy Stan Lee impression, and the only time you'll hear me with an American accent. Also joining me in this video is a vocal contribution from one Eric Jackson, our ninja, right? Whose merit, I hope, is familiar to all of you, and whose role, I hope, would be easily recognizable. I just want to give you a heads up for Huber. The effects and sounds and visualizations you're about to see here are all coming from a real Commodore 64, and it is magic. This is a 1982 computer. Lastly, I'll give a quick shout out to my crew. Coding by Doc Science, Q0, and Honcho. Graphics by Almighty God and Lobo. Music by Mibri and Chris Wemus. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And Loader by Krill. Enjoy watching. Love and respect, Nick Gothic at Clown Boss. Here we go.
Commodore. Some Bloodworth era. Commodore.
Bloodworth era.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. Bloodworth.
Hello, Damiani. Hello, Huber. At Deadline 2022 in Berlin, you could find a Commodore 64 diskette with this impressive sleeve of superhero artwork. It was drawn by Lobo and contains the demo Eroismo. Not Erotismo. Then the next thing you load the diskette in and hit run. Now feast your eyes, true believers.
Yeah. Bro.
What you've seen there is called a fast loader, and demo scene coders have an amazing talent in making custom ones that can show PETSCII artwork. PETSCII is basically similar to ASCII. It's the way your Commodore 64 displays fonts, and also have music and sound effects in it. That lovely bit was made by Krill from the German group Plush. Our team dad and main coder, Doc Science, put this swirling David Bowie lyric, "We Can Be Heroes," as the opening line of the demo, and immediately it is followed by an epic tapestry of superheroes drawn by Lobo, an amazing feast for the eyes. I especially like it when he does splatters. The music was done by Mibri, with a guest appearance by Chris Wemis.
Wemis, there we go.
Wow. Dude. How the fuck? Dude.
Oh my god, and there's this wonderful PETSCII bit with 4, brilliantly composed by Lobo.
This drink, I like it. Another. Hey you, in the front row. Be more like Thor and less like Hulk. Go create demos!
We knew from early on we definitely wanted to include Mysterio with a fishbowl as a gag. Above here you can see all the credits of who did what in the classic dissolving effects that Atlantis usually do. With great power comes great responsibility. The Spidey is back in town. The Spidey senses tingling. Time to end this demo and have a drink. Thanks for watching and being a good neighbor like Spidey is. Until next time, this was an Atlantis presentation. Kapow!
Spider-Man just drinking a beer is a great image to end on. That's awesome.
Sick.
That was so good. Loved that.
Our next video submission comes from Adam.
Hey, Damiani and Huber have been a Life is Strange fan since first release back in 2015. Has it been that long? Holy shit. And even though I'm somewhat late to the party, I finally finished True Colors this past month. Been lucky enough to bond with a few people in the real world over our mutual love of the franchise, and I can't thank the Allies enough for promoting discussion around the games via spoiler modes, podcasts, and the occasional late-night stream. With that being said, this video is a demo I recently recorded of Haven, the theme song for Life is Strange True Colors. Thanks for listening, and thanks for sharing your love of these stories and characters. Adam, dude, I love the music. Love the music in Life is Strange.
Here we go.
Oh, this can be good. Yeah. Oh, so fucking good. Shit's making me emotional, dude. So good, dude. Love your voice. Is that Ken Burns baseball back there, bro? Nice. Ten out of 10. Well done. Gotta play Life is Strange right now.
Yeah.
Gotta go play more.
Got him itching for more.
Dude, just hearing that, it's like so powerful. The memories of those games are like stronger than most games. It just like you when I think about it, it like makes me feel things. It's awesome. Last one.
Our final submission from Mellow Fellow. Hey allies. I feel like I'm in school again, staying up all night to submit assignment at the last minute. LOL. Nice. Thankfully, as always, this was incredibly fun to make. Big thanks to you guys for the golden voice tier, and shout out to Jones for the wonderful VO. Love and respect, Mellow Fellow. Here we go.
Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones. Oh, I saw a little bit of that. Yep.
Dude. The fuck is this?
Oh boy.
Oh, a Flappy Bird. It's
Pokemon. It's a juggernaut not only in the gaming industry, but in the world in general. So it's always commendable when a new game in its genre comes out to challenge the Goliath. Even more impressive when a game survives the onslaught and just a clone accusations from rabid fans. In recent years, we've seen games like Temtem and Nexomon Extinction survive such obstacles and thrive within the genre. Tragsoft's Coromon is this year's new challenger.
Coromon.
Your story
Yo, she
begins
looks
as a new
sick.
researcher who just joined the famous and technologically advanced Lux Solus. They task you with investigating the 6 titans in the region and obtain their essences before the evil alien forces can get to them first. Along with them, they bring a new elemental
Link's got
type that is
passed over
slowly
here.
starting to corrupt and destroy everything it touches.
Is that what
And
you
while the
think
premise and first few
Yeah,
hours of
every
the
time I
game
see
feel
her in.
pretty basic, you soon see what changes the devs have made to really make it their own. From the get-go, you can choose a difficulty. Yes, a difficulty. Have you always wanted a Nuzlocke mode implemented in the game without the hassle? They got it. Randomizer? Check. There's plenty there to customize to your liking.
Wow. When
But
did
what's
this
a
game
monster
come out?
catching game
This
without
year.
good monster
On
designs?
what?
The game boasts a hefty 100-plus Coromon. One of the hardest parts of the game for us was figuring out what Coromon we wanted to keep in our party.
This looks
On
sick.
top of the many creatures you can catch, they have their own types of shinies called Perfect and Potent Coromon. Both of these are much rarer to find than your normal Coromon, perfect ones being extremely rare. Their distinct colors really stand out from the originals.
Yeah. Rasengan!
Throughout the story, you'll be tasked to acquire the essence of the elemental titans scattered about the map. They're usually tucked away in dungeons where you have to solve puzzles or traverse hazardous terrain.
Now you got Huber.
These
You're like, oh
obstacles are a
no,
nice way to
puzzles.
break up the numerous battles you'll face.
Where's the lasers?
Though a couple times it felt like they got carried away with them and went on for a little too long. The Titan battles
Whoa.
themselves are a welcomed form of boss fights. Not only do they have an enormous amount of HP and SP, but they also have phases as you whittle down their health. It was thrilling to see a healthy amount of pushback from this type of game where other series struggle. The Titans will do
Ice
stuff like
puzzles. I hate
paralyze
ice
your whole
puzzles.
team in one move, or bring out a couple of other strong Coromon to fight alongside them. Even with a decent amount of grinding on our end, the Titans felt like formidable foes that really made us juggle through all our Coromon and supplies, just to even scrape by.
That's what I'm looking for in a Pokemon game. Okay. Alright. Yo, is
Normal
Coromon
battles are no
goaty?
pushover either. Thankfully, the moveset between all typings is very robust, and along the way you'll pick up new ones to mix and match to your preferred playstyle. Not to mention the traits Coromon can have are quite diverse and rather unique from other games. There's a trait called Reconstitution, where every few minutes the Coromon, once out of battle, can heal itself a small amount and remove any status ailment it has. Another trait will heal the Coromon every time it retreats into its spinner during battle. It's traits like these and many others that really help make battles feel more tactical and less like rock, paper, scissors. The game does fall into some of the same pitfalls its competition has in the past. The aforementioned evil organization isn't there enough for the player to care about, and quite frankly, we forgot they
relevant.
even existed until they showed up again towards the end of the game.
Just like Radioactive Magic's video about what makes good villains, talking about the teams
Sick.
there. Yeah.
Yo, what is that
Crunch.
game's called? Coromon?
Coromon. C-O-R-O-M-O-N.
Coromon. Coromon, I need all the details, dude. I need all of the lore
deets.
and information.
All the deets.
Yep.
Good stuff there.
That was very well written and produced.
Thank you to all of our wonderful community members who submitted for this episode of the Community Showcase featuring Michael Huber. Thank you, Huber, for joining.
Thank you, allies.
Always a pleasure. And I actually don't know who's supposed to be on next month. I
Dude,
think-
Coromon,
I think-
March 31st of this year. This dude,
Pretty sure we selected who it was, but I just don't.
anyone who doesn't think 2022 is the best year for indie games of all time, I challenge you. I really do.
That means you get into a fight with someone named Kyle Bossman.
Yeah, I just don't think they've played enough or are looking hard enough because the sheer amount of quality and quantity and variety are unmatched. Unmatched. Wow.
Well, 2023.
Overwhelmingly
chance.
positive on Steam, Coromon.
I know what, Huber. All that has to happen next year for me is Silk Song dropping, and we're gonna have this debate.
Yeah. We need
I'm
it.
kidding. That's
We need it.
That's not volume, but that is quality, baby. calling it out quality.
Hell yeah.
We'll be back
You wanna
in
play this shit?
2 hours, roughly 2 hours with the group stream tonight. The Easy Allies Hall of Shame. It's back. Its annual appearance, second year 2. Allies bring games they intend to shame.
Mine's not great.
It's fine. It's meant to be fun. Hall of Shame. Just a little departure from the Hall of Greats.
I don't have any grudges right now, so it was really hard to do,
It's
you
fine.
know? Usually I'll have a temporary bitterness or some kind of grudge or axe to grind.
Hey.
I couldn't think, chat, dude, for the last couple days, I'm just like, yo, what do I hate? What do I want to attack? I got nothing. Not even, I couldn't even muster the energy for Reavers. Couldn't even, I was like, whatever.
It's recent, I guess.
Whatever.
Like it's, you know, it's too, no, yeah. Yeah, the no quarrel. Well, the post on patreon.com/easyally should now be public. If you want to check out any of the submissions from today, there should be a link that takes you to document spreadsheet with all of them there. So you could check out whatever you missed or want to see again. Again, $10 net patrons, that's how you get access to submit for the community showcase. So if you want to get on that for this for January, now's the time to jump in. And I will get that post out later this month, calling for your submissions. And again, yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Huber. And yeah, thank you for your support. And we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll see you back for the Hall of Shames in 2 hours. Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much, chat. I love you. See you soon.